Welcome back. Week 2. We're almost on a bit of a roll. So, right, start week 2 of half marathon training. So, and this is actually session 2. I did a bit of strength and conditioning with the wife yesterday. Not like that. Get your mind out the gutter. So yeah, a bit like I did last week. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. 10 exercises, very legs and core orientated. 3 rounds, so 30 minutes. So feel a bit. I'm not suggesting I'm tired, but my Garmin suggested a 22-minute run at 7.5 minute a K pace for recovery today. So that's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing much more than that. I'm doing sort of just an easy 5k. Give my legs a little shake out, just build that base slightly. So I'm struggling a little bit at the minute to sort of run hard or get myself up for quicker sessions like tempo, threshold, intervals, those sorts of things. So I'm hoping I'm basically going to try and run myself into a bit of a routine, just running a bit easy, building the base, and then once I feel a bit better about life in a week or 2, I'll hopefully start building that in. So that's the plan. It's actually sunny for the first time in a long time, so it is cold though. It's past 7:30 in the morning, so I've already run past about 15 people de-icing their cars. Yeah, a bit fresh. Forgot my gloves, but we move on. So yeah, easy gentle 5k, just give my legs a bit of a shake out and go from there. Right, about halfway through my run. As soon as the sun's shining, thought might as well start with Dave's dad joke. Oh, I can't talk and run uphill. There's a concerning sign. So today's Tuesday, Shrove Tuesday. Or to give it another title, Pancake Day. Can't believe that's arrived already. It's just creeped up on me. Right, that's the run done. I know my dad jokes aren't very good, but even my GoPro died there. Literally shut down in protest at how bad that joke was, so started you mean to go on, I suppose. Yeah, so our GoPro battery went from like 50% to off in the space of a minute, so who knows, it might be cold. Maybe the dial was lying to me about how much battery was in there, or maybe the joke was just that bad. So, right, it's Tuesday, 1 strength session done, 1 run done, so try to make the most of half term. Sun's shining, look, proof. Apologies if I just blinded anybody. So, yeah, now for a decent stretch, shower, something to eat, and then, yeah, enjoy the rest of half term. I'll see you next time. Right, so just to introduce you to a couple of stretches that I got introduced by a army physio when I was struggling with my knees. They affectionately refer to this as the world's greatest stretch because it basically attacks loads of different bits and pieces. So basically, the idea is you get into a quite a deep lunge, one of your knees pushed back, one of your feet pushed all the way forwards. It's scientifically proven as well that stretching in your moccasin slippers increases mobility, so I can heartily recommend that. So yes, the idea is you get into this lunge position, you sort of push your hips forwards, and what you want to try and do then is you want to try and rotate and twist into your forward knee to begin with. So almost like trying to turn your belly. Imagine trying to turn your belly button in towards the inner part of your front leg. You should start feeling this through your hip flexors, your groin, your adductors, your glutes. So yeah, it's really worth doing. Hits a lot of the bits, particularly if you're like me and you sit at a desk and you're quite sedentary when you're not running. It's easy to get tight through those areas. And then once you've done that, you then push your way back out and essentially push yourself back away from that. So you're turning then away from that. Just puts a bit more of emphasis on the stretch on your front, the groin on your front leg and the adductors and all those sorts of bits and pieces. frees up your lower back a bit as well, and just puts a little bit of a slightly different load onto your glute. Obviously, once you've done that, then you can rotate round, go to your other side. The other one I quite like doing is a bit like a typical hamstring stretch. So you reach down, try and touch your toes, and then what you want to try and do is sort of push your basically backside down and sort of push your hips through as if you're trying to get into the bottom, into the hole of a good squat position. So you're in that kind of position, and that's basically focusing again your groin and just your hips, your hamstrings and your glutes to sort of get your body into a good position. Do that a couple of times. You should, I'm still quite stiff and I'm struggling to get back into this position. What you should be able to try and do is basically reach down, touch your toes, bring your backside down, and then release your hands, put your hands above your head as if you're in an overhead squat position, and then press up from there, as in like stand up exactly from there as if you're doing the second half of a squat. Maybe something to try and work towards, but I can recommend these movements. And yeah, just trying to get deep in that hamstring stretch, moving over to different sides and just going to get a bit more lateral mobility as well as up and down.
Right, run number 2. So I'm doing a slightly odd thing. I'm listening to my Garmin. So I've been trying to hype myself up all day to basically go and do an intervals workout, which I wasn't really physically feeling ready for. But then basically started my Garmin watch, selected to go for a run, and it said recommended, it comes up with a recommendation. No workout today, or a very low intensity alternative. So I suppose I'm partially listening to it because here I am still out for a run, or a walk in this case. Also a bit of jeffing between friends. It's obviously showing that that's 30 minutes of strength training on Monday, and then a 5k yesterday morning, like 15 hours later, so didn't have a huge amount of time to recover. Then took the kids swimming. Nay was away for the night and went on a overnight spa stay with her sister, had a great time. But I don't know about anybody else, if you're I don't sleep as well when she's not there. Not because I'm worried about it, it feels different, the room feels different, like not having that extra person in bed with you. So yeah, it's obviously recognising some of that. So basically changed what I was going to do. So I'm just going to do 8k, super easy. Like, got podcasting, trying to catch up on my American football podcast that I listen to, and just take it really chill. I think just try and build this base, yeah, go from there. So that's kind of the plan, and then we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to do park run on Saturday. My daughter can't play football because she's out on Saturday, so I know I've got to then be around for Eddie. So yeah, I'm going to go and do park run, I think. So that'll probably be the third run. So yeah, we'll go and see how a bit of plodding fares, get the legs shaken out of it, and just chill, switch my mind off, and embrace the fact it's again not raining. So I mean, this is 2 days in a row. I mean, this is unheard of. So yeah, let's get plodding. Right, finally out of the wind, a bit more sheltered, but I am definitely walking up this hill. So anyone local, Stu Liggins for instance, off Swim Bike Run Stu, you never run up this hill, it's an absolute git. So yeah, opportunity even to try and recover a little bit and just give calves and hamstrings a little bit of a rest, trying to walk up the hill rather than force my way through it. I used to do some tip actually, if anyone's doing a marathon and it's your first one and it's relatively hilly, walk the hills, you're going to lose such a disproportionately small amount of time versus trying to grizz your way up, but the cost will mega outweigh the benefit. As Mac Ashworth always says, you know, save seconds you can spend minutes later. You know, you can just trying to be conservative with your pace, particularly over a marathon distance. It's such a long way. Yeah, walk the hills and go from there, see how that treats you. So nearly at the top. Don't think I'll film after this, but it's nice to just get, I've got the wind at my back now, I can actually feel it, it's clearly quite strong. So yeah, I'll try and do another strength session either tomorrow morning or, yeah, probably tomorrow morning. Give myself Friday to recover before parkrun. And parkrun, my intention is to try and a proper concerted effort, so I'm not going to try and go out like the clappers and hold on. I'm basically going to try and I did a 5k the other week at a pretty controlled pace at about 5:35 pace, which is nuts. Like, that's the pace I did the first half of Manchester Marathon in 12 months ago. Shows how quickly pace can drop off. So yeah, sub 27:30 I think is going to be the goal. See if I can stick to 5:30 pace and just treat it like, I'm not going to beat myself up if it's more than that. Just treat it as a bit of a barometer of where my fitness currently is, and then hopefully if I'm introducing speed sessions or tempos, I've got a bit more of an accurate guide of where I am right now for where I need to target my paces. So that's the plan. Ooh, now on a bit of downhill. So right, I will see you tomorrow for some strength training and then Saturday for parkrun. Right, let's plod on. Right then, run 3 done, parkrun done. I'm quite happy with that. Bruton, really nice routes. If you're you know, relatively local to the West Midlands or whatever, then you can I can recommend it. Really nice run around the park, relatively flat. It does finish on an incline to like the final 400 meters, which it's not hideous, but it's, you notice it, particularly when I was absolutely blowing. So I did about 27 flat, there or thereabouts. I'll put my official time here. Although I was, you know, it takes a little while to clear through, so I started a little bit late just because there was so many runners there. Quite happy with that. I wanted sub 28. I was trying to pace it sort of for a sub 27:30, so sort of 5.5 minute Ks. I think I just about managed it. So I managed to have a relatively even effort throughout. So yeah, really happy with that. Just bumped into Iron Dr. Has, so Dr. Hussein, who you sometimes see on this morning and stuff like that. He lives not far from me. Got PB, I think he came first. 16:08, which is just otherworldly. I can't fathom. Ryan Baker, I'm sure you're probably laughing, going, yeah, that's sort of my pace as well. So yes, you're otherworldly as well, just to massage your ego. So yeah, quite happy with that. Strong week. I'm going to try and do another strength session tomorrow. I'm not going to film it, but yeah, that's 3 runs with a solid effort 5k in there, 2 strength sessions. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Beauty of half term. So yeah, on to next week. I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to start trying to increase the mileage and maybe introduce 1 interval stroke speed session a week. So that might be hill reps, it might be 400 meter intervals, 1k intervals, something like that, and then just start increasing the longer run. So I might do 12k next week just to start yeah, getting the base built up a little bit. So yeah, I'm yeah, feeling a bit more positive, a bit more confident in myself, quite happy with myself in terms of what I've done this week. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more engaging from here on out in terms of what I film, in terms of the sessions I do, a little bit more creative and exciting to watch and a bit more intriguing than, you know, easy run parkrun, because yeah, they're not the most exciting sessions. So but yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.